Well, I'm going to tell you some stories about paranormal. I have encountered in my life too. Think of that, So I'm going to tell you first time I encountered it when I was a young person there in Barrie. There was this house on top of a hill, big old house. I remember, and somebody bought it and they moved in to this house and I gone in there, and next thing you know, there are all kinds of electrical issues in that house, like crazy, like lights are flickering on and on and stuff. And on top of that, I come up to the stairs, and the stairs will move across the room. That's odd. Things that happen, and to a point where I was, did not feel comfortable. I actually ended up leaving that property. But there was room. I was physically pushed by entity from that room. I was physically pushed and told, something. I don't know what went on there, but eventually I walked away from that, and I didn't want to get any more involved. But this entity did follow me back to London, back here, back home, me at time, and tormented me somewhat there. The point where things were happening, and what happened was, at that time I was in a mental hospital, things were being tormented there, like, same problem, electric problem, and they were thinking out, and the electrician got coming, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. He couldn't figure out what was wrong with why lights were there, why blowing out light bulbs and stuff. And they went as fast with them, they could be out. And so eventually I managed to figure that out myself. I managed to get it, eventually I figured out how to send it through the light, which I did. Once I got it through the light, it stopped. The paranormal activity sort of stopped then. That's the first encounter I had with paranormal. I remember too, when my father died, there's some paranormal activity happened, like the mug falls off of the top, impossible, land on the floor. We thought that was very weird, impossible, how could a mug fall on the floor? And then there were things like these real dreams with Dad in it, kept telling me finally, we had to see, we saw somebody, we saw a medium, and the medium told us, actually the medium said to me, and told the family at the time, have to bury the Bible in arm's reach of the corporate entity. We thought it was weird to have to do this, but it's a very, very old Bible. If it's written in really old Bible, we had to bury it with arm's length, or he couldn't enter heaven. So we buried that in arm's length of him. And after that, the paranormal activity subsided there. Now, there was another account of paranormal activity happened too in London, Ontario, a while back too. This happened to me in where Cindy Brown passed away. There was I'm doing radio show on the radio, and it got very cold in the station, it got brutally cold, like very fast. Like the air was down to almost, went from 70 degrees down to minus 40 below zero on the middle of a 32-degree day for no apparent reason. It froze all the plumbing. All the plumbing in the heating system, all the plumbing going through a cooling coil froze solid. And it froze solid, and all the water pouring out the ceiling. I had to go get, I called a physical plant. They had to come over and shut down the whole heating center, student center, for that happened, in McMaster Student Center. I couldn't believe it, and lights were flickering, all that, and this is really weird that, this happened when I was doing the radio show. Plus, the things were turning on, I shouldn't turn on. The mics kept turning on what didn't turn on. And it was like things were going, and I was trying to get control of it. They were and finally, It wasn't it. And finally I said, and what happened later on, the paranormal activity came to what kept it continued. When I got home, Ray came in. Ray was possessed by a demon. He could beat me up really bad and all kind of paranormal, knock on my door and stuff like that. And things. It was pretty bad. It was really bad. And all of a sudden he left. The paranormal activity left with him too. He ended up in jail. It's all stopped. Haven't come back since. And then, and then about that's decided, but before that happened, I was asked to go down to London and clean up this property that was hoarder died. Had to clean it. I went in this house, and then I'm cleaning the place. I'm moving boxes. I take one box out of the dumpster. I turn around and back in where it was. I pick it up again, back in the dumpster one. This time, I ended up, turning around. I started moving all this stuff. One by one, had a dumpster, finally got all the dumpster full, up to the top, Ray Hall. I come back, the dumpster's empty, all the stuff back in the apartment again. I couldn't get it out of there. We kept thinking somebody coming in the midnight. So I got all this time, got all the stuff out, lower in dumpster, and this time I tied it down. I actually have a truck there. I had the truck pull up, back up it down, take it away. The engines quits, and how many then wouldn't restart or cut, and that, and then and stuff like that. And finally, he had to call a tow truck. A tow truck came, had to tow the truck with the can all the way out of there. As soon as it got towed out to a block, half of the way out, the engine started up and ran as normal. Now that's paranormal. Next thing, I've been tormented. I heard somebody walking up the stairs. I'm in the house alone at night. I call the police. Police can't find anybody. And the police kept telling me, there's nobody here. Like how do I hear people walk up that stairs? How do I hear people walk with? Because I put it like this. And hearing that light flickering. I'm trying to figure this out. And finally I left there. All paranormal activity stopped. But unfortunately, the house could not be run up. What it did is, the house was actually bulldozed shortly after that. It was torn down anyways. Gotten rid of. Torn down, make way for condominium building anyways. So, I'm glad the landlord paid me to move it drunk. He was trying to have the same issue. But this time, and then they didn't like that, but then that's another thing. Then, when I moved in this apartment here, I was feeling very uncomfortable here sometimes. Like I've been having these very bad dreams at night. I've been feeling like if something was here with me, and I had one night I called the ambulance. I was paying for my cess. I realized that was a paranormal person who died before me. Somebody in the apartment passed away. The very elderly old person. And there was a friend of mine that's with me, identified it with me, and because I was feeling down, I didn't realize it. He identified what it was. We already identified it. Me and a lady friend, me and a roommate, we moved it from here. Thank goodness, that's in the light. But we could not figure out where this person, how they got here, but it was an old man. I had to do some research into this myself. And I found out, I checked with, I didn't find any records. See, housing don't keep records of that ever, because of Halloween, but I was able to find out something else. I went through Provincial Elections Canada office to find out who was in this apartment voted. I was able to find out in 1967 there was an elderly old man moved in here when the building new, lived in this unit, and always voted NDP or PC. And then that elderly old man lived there until 1974. And he died of old age in 74, basically. And then in 1974, there's another elderly person moved in, voted Conservative all the time, and That person passed away sort of in coming up into sort of, that person died too. So, and then Anna Silvac came in. She ended up in a nursing home, died in a nursing home. But the spirit that was there, male, I identify of what it was because I figured that out. But I also found out it was the first person who died of natural causes here, who died in '74 natural causes. That's who it was. We got that removed. Another incident, I was in London, Ontario, bookstore, and there was paranormal activity at a bookstore, which I didn't realize it, up on the top floor. And I'm sitting there, and I felt coldness in the area. So I turned around, I saw it, I was looking back, looking down, and the next thing I know it, I turned around, somebody tapped me shoulder, but nobody's there. And then I went over to a desk clerk. I said, "Is this place haunted by any means?" I said to the sales clerk, "Yes, it is, by a ghost named Robert." As soon as he gave a name, whoa. All of a sudden, the ghost communicated with me a bit. Identified the name of Robert, last name Hill, who founded Robert Hill Music in London, Ontario, in the same store. But he'd been not, and he realized, once the spirit realized, I knew who it was. I wanted to realize this, that he a founder, and his son founded a Hill department store within the United States doing music and other things. Well, apparently, once I found out who this person was, what he did, I sort of, unfortunately, this one followed me back to Hamilton, believe it or not, had followed me back here to Hamilton, to this place. I didn't realize that. And he would torment me, didn't torment me, he didn't bother me, didn't torment me, he was here. But I sent him into light too. I told him to have to go into light. He went into light where he stayed, where he had him come back. He was happy. I showed him the light, and I told him he had to go there. One of the family came and met him, and he went through finally. But other than that, I had many paranormal activity. So yeah, I have had paranormal activity in my life. There was a ghost actually down at a custom house here in Hamilton. That's a known paranormal hotbed now. I've known it for years. I've seen that go. Her name is Mary. She is an elderly lady that came here on the Underground Railroad, the black slave, or the slavery. But she really doesn't bother me. And I don't have any problem with her. Matter of fact, she tells me things sometimes she said tell me things about, she didn't like the construction on the West Harvard Ghost Station at all. She just told me that was not a good idea. Oh yeah, she said that, didn't like that, but she guided me in situations too, in many things. So, she gave me ideas, but she don't bother me. That's pretty good, but honestly, you gotta be careful sometimes. It's out there paranormal. It go under Robert Hill. He didn't realize he was dead until I intervened and told him he was gone. Once he realized it, he went through that light. But it can be very disturbing for anybody who passes away like that, not knowing they're passing away and realizing it or missing it, and the first time it comes, too. Yeah, and I don't know if Anyways, but you know what? Honestly. Yeah, ever since I've been doing it, I actually had guided. I just sent a few spirits in the light myself, but I don't make a profit at it. The rescue mediums, they do it, and they don't do it for profit. Do it too, but they do hundreds and thousands every day. Jackie and Joanne do hundreds of thousands a day of bringing people to light. they spend the day and night doing it. So the world-renowned mediums, that TV show, Russian mediums, they're very good at it. Me, I can do it, but I don't like to do it. I will not turn that into a profession because it's not like that. Turn it into make a profession, no, I wouldn't do it. You know why? Because that can be very, very, very dangerous for me to do because, we're dealing with a lot of energy there. It has to be just, humans are made of both, with spirit and energy. When we die, that our body wears out, our energy continues. We've been in this realm, or continues to go on into light and continues in that point of view. But only then, but some people realize that, they don't realize their body just died and they wander Earth for many years. I might wander around the planet for up to 2 or 3, might take about a year or 2 years to realize they even passed away, because I can just imagine if somebody passed away and walk out and their friends, don't see them and might see the funeral and say, look, since I've been buried, since they realize they're dead at that point, then it may pass over. But anyway, sometimes they don't realize it right away, and that's something I do know for a fact. Even at St. Pat's Church, I sitting in there on that. Great, I hadn't rolled with me, but I seen who I seen there is the Virgin Mary in spirit. I saw an old cardinal I saw an old priest and cardinal in spirit, and Pope Francis in spirit there. He was watching me. Like he would give me guidance, told me what to do, how I should do things. Told me don't be upset about what is going on today because, he asked him, I asked him, and he said, well, Mr. Ford this time, well, let's just say we're 6, so we continue. And know what he said? Well, he may not renew it on the 6th, may not. On the 6th day of the month. That Pope Francis, we may not, because other things in the world will predict them. Things will happen between now and the 6th will prevent him not from doing it. There'll be a huge case drop, he said. That will happen, but it only happens because people are all getting fed. And then I said that Virgin Mary told me the exact same thing in that Catholic church. Virgin Mary and Jesus told me the same thing in the Catholic church, that he will not do it, he's not planning to do it. He's only going to do it only if there's huge spike in case it's going down. He's not. He set a benchmark, and a benchmark going to be revealed on that day, and the benchmark is not renewed, part of not renewed state emergency. It was so, that's good to know. At least, 3 very high up religious figures that are very high up in the world, very high up in the spirit world, told me this. This is what I was told from the spirit world. And these were people who are looking out for me, and there are people that look out me out there, and the people in the spirit world that, up there, a couple cardinals and popes, they look out for me. Whoever priests that pass on the path, they're looking out for me. They know. They know. All of a sudden, I have this, I know this is what I see. I can see a spirit, and I know what to do. I have communicated with a few of them. I have helped them through a light, a few, but not all of them are helped through a light, because only if they want to be helped through a light. You know what I'm talking about? If they don't want to be helped through light, I can't help them. You understand what I'm saying to you now? But I have had paranormal encounter enough to know how to deal with it. I now know how to deal with them. If I get a bad spirit, I know how to deal with it, but I can't deal with it alone. There was a bad spirit, there was somebody that walked into the first pilgrim. I tell you this, showed up at the mess door the other day. He was growling, banking walnut. And I standing there, think a priest, the Catholic priest there, we're talking with a cardinal and the bishop. We're having a meeting with our bishop about if Doug Forley State Moody we want to get how you're going to get the service restarted, what the going to be guidelines. You just want to we're wondering that too. So, and he's seen what happened. He's seen the person, and he's seen me, and I think a cardinal saw me and said, "Whoa." I said, this person, I said to the cardinal, this person demon possessed, you need to do it. This person needs a mercy exorcism. He said, now. Like, not, a priest says to me, a pre-Catholic priest there at that Pat said me the exact same thing. And a bishop. A bishop said, well, really, look, you can't wait for Pope Francis in Rome to give the go-ahead to do it. I would recommend do it now. It's got to be done now. Can't be wait for him to give a go-ahead. It could be from Rome. That's what I said. So, me, the priest, one priest, a cardinal, and a bishop, a Catholic church, and me assisted, all three of us assisted in forming an exorcism inside the walls of St. Pat's Church. After we performed it, the person was pretty much normal. Wonder how he got there, and we stood there, and I explained to him, that you were possessed by a very bad spirit, that not yours. We removed it from you. How do you feel? Good. And we sected him. Actually, to have got a communion wafer, and we sect the seed that took communion. No. Once he ever take communion, we know this, and that gone. He was very exhausted. And he said, didn't know what happened, how long he was, how long he was demon possessed for, it could have been for a while. But you know what? I felt proud I able to do that, remove a demon from somebody. I mean, I did. I done it the first time I ever did anything like that. But I did it with an assistant of a Catholic priest, a cardinal, a Catholic church cardinal, and the bishop of all things. These are high up figures up in God. These are higher up in God than what I am. But my God, the priest says to me, "You really know your stuff well." I sure do. And plus, I took what I knew from I took what I learned from Meeting House. I applied what I learned from Meeting House, from Roxy. What I learned from Meeting House, I applied that with all that, and that literally that demon went running. That demon went running. He would disappear. I seen him go right for the floor, straight down. I know after that, he went to see the devil permanently. Anyway, so that was pretty really that's a very close first time, but I couldn't do that alone. I can't do an exorcism alone. It had to be, but lucky that priest and cardinal bishop me all helped do it at once. So we had to combine what I had, and I had to pour it, and I was very tired after. I was exhausted because not only that, the priest was and I had it, and oh yeah, I know what? I got some rosary beads out. He even treated me. He even said to me, it wasn't so to didn't bother, but this person had a bad spirit, and this had to be mercy. And I said, well, I hope I said, I hope the Pope Francis in Rome, I hope the Vatican, I hope we don't lose our jobs over this. Well, yeah, I may not, but but the Pope did contact the priest on his cell phone, and I told Pope, well, this was emergency action had to be done. We could not wait for you to give a go-ahead for it. The Pope said, that's fine. The Pope said, that's okay. Thank you very much. And, I just gave you a go-ahead. But, Pope did get a go, but only after reform got to go do it. Well, only because of that, but that was because of it. Huh. Wow, that was interesting. I never done an exorcism, another actually performed, another unmoved, unwanted spirit from a person. It could be very dangerous to perform exorcism because what an exorcism does, it excises the unwanted spirit from the person. If you take a person who has the spirit in them that they were set with when they came into the world, my spirit set within me. And somebody pointed actually at me, you know what? I would not have a spirit in me. Instead, my body would die, or the body would not have the energy. It will literally just die right at that point. It can be lethal. It can put you, you can be dead right there. If the person has unwanted spirit in them, an exorcism they performed on it, the own spirit comes back into the body right away. You know, can't perform an exorcism so try to perform me, my spirit, my body would die because it can't function without energy source. Any source is the spirit. With me, I have the female spirit in me. It's the energy source to keep me going. Out that energy source, out that type of energy, because ghosts are made up of energy. Spirits are energy in the universe. Energy is like, that too. So what a body made of energy, our spirit body is just energy. It's not, any more, any less. It's a higher realm, yes. You can walk through walls, yes. You can do all the things you want to do, but you don't have a physical human body to do it. And a ghost is a disembodied person. A ghost itself is a disembodied human. Disembodied spirit, basically, wandering. Spirit without a body, that's a ghost in front. Anyways, so I'm going to say this blog is now over, and hope you understand just how I said this to you, and you understand that it's very dangerous. These are not things I would normally do. Just, this whole damn thing with coronavirus, and this whole global quarantine, it's wearing me down too. I mean, and I'm starting to find a way of doing it. Well, I've been using, what I've been doing, I have actually, sent demons in the light just for somebody to do, because it's wearing me down. And I hope Doug Ford lifts that whole state of emergency on the 6th of next month. I pray he don't extend it. I've been praying really hard. Few spirits on the afterlife told me not going to do it. So this was Pope Paul said this on me. His spirit said he's not going to do that. And I tend to believe Holy Spirits. Holy Spirits have told me that he ain't going to do it. But there is in that too. But I'm going to say honestly, if there's something like that out there, it's true. We all made energy, and we all live and we all die, and you all go on to the spirit world sooner or later. Someday I will die and I'll go on to the spirit world. It's not, of course, we all be upset here that I'm gone, but you know what? It's just, what it is. We all got a mission to perform. I performed one half my mission was already done on this earth, of me being a male. Now me being a female, I got to perform a second mission. The second mission is being a woman. If there have been other people who are not meant, me being a woman, I have to convince the world that transgender females are accepted females. That is the whole idea, and that's why. Whole idea behind it, and to get rid of ignorance behind it. So that whole idea, this mission will go for many years. I would say I would go for many years. Never gave me a time or anything when. They said you're going to live a very long, long time. You're going to live a lot longer than any human. Funny because God said, I'm going to live a lot longer than any normal human on earth. You're going to die, you're going to break the Guinness World Record of being the oldest transgender female on earth. And even after that, you're going to go many years after that, until you actually do die old age. But you're going to be the oldest female on here. Oldest living female ever. You're going to break some records. And you're going to do it with good health now. You live very good health. You'll die, but But you said, you health said, I heard you never end up nursing home. We're going to have an energy. Which is true. And he said, you're going to have to get through a really hard time, which is, right now, getting through this. This is hard, but you know what? When it's ended, 20 years from now, people are going to turn around. They're going to see this. They're going to remember things that happened in this time around now. 20 years now, they're going to be talking about coronavirus. I'll be talking about 20 years. Honestly, when I get back on air again, I get back to CFU, the first show I'm going to do is, we're going to be talking about coronavirus, talking about the whole thing and how the pandemic itself. And having to rely on things that I normally would not rely on. And that's where I'm going to put it into. Me having to rely on something I don't need to rely on. That is what I'm going to say there, because having to rely on places, but answering a calling, I answer a calling from the higher power, God above. My call to get out there, see who's breaking rules and enforce them, which is exactly what I've been doing the whole time. If I see somebody breaking rules about social distancing, I'm out there, I'm enforcing them. I'm making sure, and sometimes I made sure people got ticketed for not social distancing, believe it or not. I can't say names, I say when, but I've been watching what can happen on. I've been observing this, because reason why I've been observing watching, I don't see people distancing. I seen the homeless people going into a brick sewer, and I put a stop. I did put a stop to that. I told that, and the city works crew went out there. They routed up and the entrance ran out into a bay. There was a big brick sewer. You know what they did? You can't get in there. They put a big, heavy steel iron gate there. Water go out of it, but you can't get into it unless you are a city employee now. See, usually you walk right in there. Actually, even I've been in that brick sewer myself, and it's big. It's a beautiful, beautiful old brick sewer, Wentworth, and it's huge. I mean, I went in there, walked a little bit into it. It's huge. It goes in it. It's big. I didn't really go that far into it, but it's huge. It's a beautiful brick sewer with beautiful brickwork, unbelievable in there. And it's huge. It's like it's so big and unbelievable in there. That runs on the Wentworth Street. Nobody really knows about it. Very, very few people have been in it. Only people have been in it are city employees. And I walked in there once, and I walked up about maybe 4 blocks up, and we're having with a flashlight, and that's it. And I turned around and went back out again. I didn't go any further because I did not want to go any further. I didn't go any further. I went that far, and that far I walked up. I turned around back. Other urban explorers have been in there. They've gone in there. They've gone a lot further in than I have gone. I've only gone a little bit because of, and then I went about maybe here to about for half a block. I turned right back out. It was getting it was because I was afraid of getting overcome. I did not have proper equipment. or proper equipment to do that, and I was afraid of being overcome by methane gas, which is pretty common in sewers. Anyway, so I went back out again. Didn't go too far into it. It's a beautiful brick sewer. There's some pictures on the internet about that too if you want to take a look. Website called The Vanishing Point. Anyway, so if you're wondering, that's true. Anyways, now the blog is over.